I don't know. You know, I just thought I thought I knew what was going on. I really did. But, it seems like I don't. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be trying to finish my first draft of my romance novel. We'll see how that goes. But I have about, I don't know if you can see in the background here, that's kind of like my plot wall for my novel. So each of those cards is like a chapter. Yeah, here, I'll just move this so you can see the beginning there. So anyways, basically I have about 15 chapters in the beginning, and then if you see this like blank space right here, that is kind of a break in the story that I need to fill, and then I have another 5 chapters right here at the end. So yeah, I'm missing some plot in the middle. Like, I think I'm just gonna use it to develop relationships between the characters, and there's a couple things that need to happen in there, but I'm not 100% clear on what that is yet. So to finish, I think I'll probably have to write about 10,000 words today, which is doable for sure. I mean, it's Saturday and it's 6:30 in the morning right now. And this is about like 50,000 words. Essentially, obviously, I'd like to get it to 80,000, but my plan was to write my first draft to be 50,000 and then kind of like expand on it after I get some feedback. I have someone lined up who's gonna read it and hopefully give me some feedback. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, but I honestly just want to be like, I want to have a first draft to be able to like read through, because right now there's a big kind of, not necessarily a gap, but there's like a point that I get to that I'm like, what happens here? Like, how did we get from here to here? So there's definitely one chapter that I know I need to write, so I know exactly what happens in that chapter. There's some research I need to do, I think, but yeah, I hope that I can kind of get this done today. Like, it's been a long time in the making, and I mentioned this, I don't know if I'm gonna put this clip in, but I may or may not have started plotting my fantasy novel. I'm an awful person. I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. It's official, I have a Trello board for it, so there's no going back now, you know. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do some research, I'm gonna write, and you guys can join me for that, and then we can talk in a little bit. Okay, I just want to give you guys an update on my progress with my work in progress. So behind me here is my plot wall. I showed you that in a previous clip. I have almost filled it. You can see there are 2 empty spaces right here for 2 chapters, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done-ish, my rough draft, and I'm so excited. So right now my word count is 61,011 words. So I have to write chapters 18 and 19, that's what goes there. So I'll have 25 chapters, it'll end up being about 65,000 words-ish, and we're gonna call that a rough draft. Then I'll need to add about 15,000 more words in there, which won't be hard. Like, there's definitely chapters that I need to add, and yeah, I'm just really, really excited. I'm trying to learn a little bit about the beta reading process. I have like a document up, a complete guide to beta readers. It's funny because it says beta readers is one of those terms in writing that you hear all over the place, but nobody gets around to clearly defining. And it's true, like I hear about it all the time, and I'm like, okay, well, when do you get a beta reader? And I'm assuming it's after the first draft, but let's see. Let's start by defining beta readers. Alpha readers are the folks who look at your words when they're fresh on the page or screen. They get the stuff that's not proofread Oh. Okay, so I'm not in the beta reading stage yet. Right, okay. So yeah, my friend that I used to work with, she is hopefully going to read for me, and then once that's done, I'll make some changes, hopefully add about 15,000 words. But I'm gonna let it sit for a little while she reads it. She's in classes and stuff right now, so I'm sure it'll take a while, which is totally fine. I know people recommend leaving it for a couple months, but to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep my hands off it for that long, so we'll see. But I've also started plotting my fantasy novel. I know I mentioned that in a previous clip. I'm super excited, so maybe I will be able to put the romance novel down long enough because I'm going to be plotting the fantasy novel. So anyways, it's just been a little update. I'm going to update you when I actually finish the 2 chapters, which is hopefully going to be today. It is Sunday right now, but I have the day off tomorrow from work, and I have Friday off, so stay tuned for more updates. Okay guys, guess what I just did? It is 5:40 on May 25th, and I finished my first draft of my romance novel. It's awful. The middle is awful, but that's what first drafts are for, right? Yeah, I'm just super excited. So if you've watched my June plan with me video, which I will link somewhere up here, I talked about wanting to edit 5 chapters a week in the month of June on my romance novel because I'm hoping to eventually get it published, and I have just finished the first draft. When I say I've finished the first draft, though, it means that I have a very rough first draft. It is about 65,000 words, it is 25 chapters, and I really need to work on it. So it is the 6th of June. It's Saturday. Guess how many chapters I've edited this week? Yeah, that's right, 0. So my problem right now is that, so I know that I'm going to need to add in a chapter, probably after chapter 3. What's chapter 3? Yes, after chapter 3. So I'm going to add in a chapter after chapter 3. I'm hoping that I can reuse most of chapter 4, but this is kind of going to replace chapter 4 for now. And I think I'm pretty much going to have to rewrite the whole damn thing. But I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go in, I'm going to write that chapter. That's going to be my alternate chapter 4. And then I'm going to start editing, I guess. Because here's my problem. Originally, what I was going to do, I was going to have our main character meet the love interest, and they were going to go home together, and she was going to wake up in the morning and he was still going to be there. Then I realized that probably shouldn't do that. He should probably not be there in the morning, and then because he has some that was really loud. He has some trust issues, blah 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 blah, whatever. So I think that I need to change that, which is going to change so much of my story, but hopefully for the better. So yeah, I'm gonna just, I don't know, I don't really know how to do an editing vlog. I've never done an editing vlog. I can't even say it, apparently. I have my Black Widow keyboard that I'm typing on right now because I find I can type a lot faster on it. It is a mechanical keyboard, as you could probably hear. So I think I'm probably just gonna bring the camera down. You guys can watch that. And yeah, I'll probably do a time lapse and then we'll chat again after. Okay, yeah, I seriously am, like, does anybody just feel like they don't know how to edit? Like, I didn't know how hard editing was actually gonna be, you know? Like, you think that writing the story is the hard part, and then once you finally have it out on the page, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, this is the best day of my life. Then you start editing and you realize that it was actually the worst day of your life, because when you finish getting it all onto the page, then you have to start editing, and it's honestly the most horrible thing. Like, okay. And it's not even that I'm really editing, like I'm just trying to fix my first draft and make it coherent, because I know once you finish you're supposed to leave it for a while and then go back, but like I'm not at a place where I can leave it yet, because it's not even a story yet, you know? Like I can't even send this to someone to read because it's so bad. I don't know. You know, I just thought I thought I knew what was going on. I really did. But seems like I don't. Anyways, that's my TED Talk today about editing. Also, in case you're wondering what I'm listening to, which you're probably not, but I like to listen to violin covers of songs because I don't like listening to music with words when I write. It just is kind of distracting, but when I listen to the violin covers, obviously there's no words, and I love it. These people are so talented, it's honestly crazy. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I do know, it's years and years and years of practice, but I don't have the patience for that, so. I did used to play piano though, if anyone cares. When I was little, I can play a little bit now, but I could never really read music. I just kind of played by memory. I would just memorize the notes and play back. My piano teacher used to get so mad at me because I'd have the sheet music up on the piano, but I wouldn't be reading it. I would just play because I had practiced at home and like I knew how to play the song without looking at the music, but obviously piano teachers want you to be able to read music and I couldn't. I was really bad at it. So anyways, yeah, just a little interesting tidbit. I'm trying to make these little vlogs more exciting, so. Okay, we're back. The lighting is like 1,000 times better outside because it's cloudy instead of, it was just like the sun was coming in before and it just looked awful. So, it is, that last clip that I showed you was this morning. I think it was like 8:30 or 9. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. I took a very, very, very long break. And I really, you know, I wasn't feeling the editing at all. I don't know. How much did I read? I wasn't reading. I was literally writing, I just have like socks on my desk. I was literally writing an alternate chapter 4. What did I write? Like 350? Let's see. Oh. 480. That's still awful. How am I gonna edit 5 chapters this weekend? Like, does this count as editing a chapter? I don't even know. I'm struggling. Oh. So like I said, what I'm doing right now, I needed to add some suspense, I guess, if you want to call it that. So instead of just having my characters meet and kind of like connect right away, I want to have them have a little bit, like a few more chapters in there to kind of, for people to wonder, like, who is this guy? Are they going to end up together? What's happening? Like, I don't want it to be super obvious in the beginning. I don't know. I'm struggling a lot. A little update. I'm writing this chapter and I'm really, really liking it. One problem that I had with this novel was that there wasn't enough interaction between my main character and her best friend, and the best friend kind of, she was just like there and she wasn't really involved in the story, which was a huge problem that I needed to fix, and I knew I needed to fix it when I went back. But now this chapter, it's chapter 4. and they interacted a little bit in the previous chapters, so that was good. But this chapter 4, it's pretty much just going to be all them just chatting, and there's a couple things that are going to be revealed in chapter 4. So number 1, the guy that our main character brought home, he left. Her best friend also brought home someone, and she kicked him out. So we're seeing two completely opposite things here. So our main character wants to find love, and she wants a relationship, but the best friend is like, no, I don't have time for that. Like, I even though I like this guy, I can't. So we're seeing two completely opposite things, and I really think that they're gonna complement each other during the story, so that's what I'm hoping. Now, instead of just focusing on our main character's love story, we can kind of compare it a little bit and talk about the best friend's story as well, and I'm honestly super excited for that because she's really cool, and I'm just developing their friendship a little bit in this chapter, and I think it's going to be really good for the story, and it'll set in motion stuff that's going to happen later on, and I'm just really excited. So this is going a little bit better.